Today we're going to talk about prompting. Another typical conversation that you have with your ChatGPT about 2 plus 2. Or I will not give you any templates to work off of. However, I will give you an understanding and science-backed technique and a formula to get your prompt to the next level. So let's get into it.
So this is a prompt formula, but don't really rely on it. I'm using this to make sure you guys understand science behind it, science behind the actual prompt formula. I will define it in a minute.
Let's go over the definition and the understanding behind all the techniques and the titles that I previously showed. So, first one is the role. Role prompting is a technique where the language model is assigned a specific role to play during the interaction. This helps immerse the model in the role and can improve performance on downstream tasks. An example would be you're a highly skilled YouTube scriptwriter who can grab people's attention in seconds. That's basically what role prompting is, giving it a role. So you basically immerse the LLM, which is a large language model, into the role. The next one is task. The task is what most people typically throw at the middle, expecting a result in a direct description of what they want to achieve. Basically, not everyone nowadays, they just put up the task straight away into the ChatGPT. So they just tell them what they need and what it need it to do. So example would be like, generate approachable and personalized outreach messages for professionals in the fitness and wellness sector. Highlight the uses of digital automation tools to improve client engagements and streamline operations. The message should be warm, conversational, and adaptable to each recipient, sparking interest in how automation can enhance their business growth. And we can improve this by using the technique called chain of thought prompting. This means you're telling the LLM, the large language model, to what to do by step, so it can execute the task with precision because you're giving it the instruction to do it with the step-by-step guide. And an example would be like, create a short, clear social media post about psychology that anyone can understand. Keep it fun, engaging, and easy to read. Step to follow it. First step, start with a catchy first line to grab attention. 2. Explain the main ideas of psychology in simple words. And 1 to 2 cool facts or tips about psychology. 4. Share the key message people should remember. 5. End with a short closing line or call to action. This is basically a step-by-step process that you tell the LLM to follow, so it will give you a more accurate and high-performed result. And the second one is specifics. The specific section is a chance to list out the most important notes regarding the execution of tasks outlined above. Basically mean that you can add more notes to your specific section which you didn't add to your task. Or you can modify some part of the prompt that didn't work when you tested it. You can just put that in there as well. And specific always lies down the task title. So I'm going to give you guys an example. Write, show, and friend welcome email for new users who signed up for a fitness app. The goal is to make them feel excited, comfortable, and motivated to start using the app. Details, the specifics. Each email should have a greeting, short message, and a closing line. Use placeholders like user.first name to make the email personal. Keep the tone positive, clear, and encouraging. End with a simple call to action. Example, start your first workout today. That's an example that I wrote. Basically like giving it more specific details about the task, and if you want to do more modification you can do that as well. And in this section we can incorporate another scientific technique called emotional prompting. So you probably wonder what the heck is emotional prompting, right? So I'm going to tell you guys. Emotional prompting refers to adding short phrases or sentences contain emotional stimuli to the original prompt to enhance performance. Yeah, adding emotional stimuli can increase performance. Example, this is very important to my life. This task is so important to my job. I know this sounds like a bit fluff, but it actually works. It's backed by science. You guys can go on Google and search it up. And the next thing we gotta do is context. Context is providing context as what environment the LLM is operating in and why it is doing this specific task can help to further increase performance. This clarify LLM why it doing its job. This will actually increase more performance. Example in the healthcare industry. Our company provide AI-powered solution to healthcare. Provide to improve patient care. We received a large number of medical record and test results from different clinics every day. Your role is categorizing these documents in essential for ensuring doctors can quickly access the right information and make timely decisions by accurately tagging patients' data and highlighting urgent cases. You directly contributing to the health outcome and efficiency of our service, and we greatly value your careful attention and responsibility in this process. And there's a bit of a emotional prompting as well, that things that we previously talked about, and you can briefly mention about the task in there as well, so to improve the performance even more. And the next section is an example section. Example, basically in the example section you give it examples of your desired outcome, so it can actually understand the format and the layout of the example and deliver the result very quickly and accurately. So the scientific term basically for example is fusion prompting. It increase the performance and fine-tune response tone, format and length. This is when number of input-output examples are provided to the language model as a part of the prompt. This allows the model to perform new tasks without fine-tuning. Fine-tuning is like an extra training that you do to the LLM. So if you really get good at prompting and give it a lot of example, you do not have to use fine-tuning. The more examples you give it, the more accurate it's gonna be. So usually I like to put 3 to 4 examples to get like a good accurate result. So that will be enough. Research shows that even adding wrong example that don't resonate with your desired outcome, that can literally skyrocket your performance, because the language model isn't going to learn from your example. It's just understanding the format and the outcome of the example, so it's know what to deliver and what your desired outcome is. That's basically what future prompting is. And the next thing and the last thing is notes. You can use this to remind the task in simple words or modify the prompt. Let's say the LLM include a random error message, or LLM just include the random message in the output. So you can just tell it to do not put this random message. That's basically it. You can use that for, or you can remind briefly about the task again as well, to make sure the prompt actually works and the LLM actually understand it. And that leads us to last technique, which is lost in the middle. So you're probably thinking like, what the heck is lost in the middle? Let me explain. So lost in the middle is basically LLMs is very good at reading the information from the top, which is the start of the prompt, and the end of the prompt. But in the middle, let's say if you have lots of information in the middle, the LLM can get confused and it will have a hard time reading the middle bit. But if you can keep the prompt short as possible, that would be so great. And I don't think in these modern 2025 models would have a problem with that. But just keep in mind, when you have the most important and the most accurate information at the top, the start of the prompt and the end of the prompt, that's where the language model really understand it and read the information. So that's why we put the role and the task at the top and a learn notes section in the bottom, to just really remind the LLM what is it doing and what's basically it's supposed to do. So this is a graph that I found online, and you guys can see when you have the most important information in the first position, you have a high accuracy rate, but in the middle there's like a low accuracy rate. but at the end they have a bit of an accuracy rate. So that's why we actually use this kind of techniques to improve the performance of your LLM. And yeah, that's it guys. Hope you guys found any value of this video, because I tried my best to teach it in simple words. If you think I did something wrong or I said something wrong, just please let me know in the comments, because I'm still learning as well and I just wanted to give you guys some value as well. So if you like this and got value out of this video, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. It will really help me in the long term. And stay tuned for the next video. Peace.